Hi there. Today we're going to talk about the Minnesota Department of Agriculture Certificate of Export or Application for Export Certification process that has been updated for the Dairy and Meat and Food and Feed Safety divisions. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Our phone numbers are, as you can see, at the top of this form. But if you're a previous customer of ours, you probably remember our system being PDF based, where you would submit a PDF to our inbox and we would send you back your certificates via however you chose. Our system is now being updated to this online portal, which is going to be way more convenient for everyone involved. And I'm going to give you a quick tutorial walkthrough of how this process works. The first section stayed the same. It's information about you, the requester, so all the information about your company and where these certificates should be billed to. As you can see, I filled in some information just as a quick test. Things to note are that if you're from a non-USA based company, feel free to click the non-USA button, input your country information as well as your contact phone. We also have a system set up for zip codes outside of the US, so let us know if you run into any problems with that. You can request up to 3 certificates for a single request. I know that's going to be a bit of a change for some of you who have been requesting many certificates that are all copies of the same thing. However, this was done to clarify a few questions we were getting about how many certificates a person could get for their same $125 bill. As of now, certificates cost $125, and you can request up to 3 copies of the same certificate. Those are all going to be individually notarized. They have the same number, but sometimes shipments get separated into several different shipments, and the same certificate is required for the company or the country that is receiving the product. So you can request up to 3. If you need extras, you're going to have to submit an additional request. In the next section, we have manufacturing and distributing information. So if you know your MDA license number where the products were manufactured, feel free to input that number. I imagine many of you don't. If that is the case, feel free to look up our licensing information search. Now here you can either look up, if you know the exact name that you're input into in our system, you can look that up by company name. If you know the city where the plant is based or the county perhaps, you can click on the county, and perhaps you want to know all of the counties that are dairy plants or all of the companies that are dairy plants in Becker County. You can hit search. Unfortunately, nothing matches our search. In this case, if I were very confident that this is the location that my manufacturing firm was in, I would want to click this I don't know the license number button. If you don't know the license number and you're unable to find it in our license tool, please do click this button. It's very important for us to make sure that the license numbers being issued on these certificates match exactly to what they need to be. So if you don't know, that's okay. If you happen to be the same as the requester, this doesn't happen all that often, but you can click that button. If you do know your license number, the one perk is that it's 8 digits and it will automatically fill all of the information about company name, address, city, state, etc. as soon as you hit enter or tab. The next section is the product shipping information section. So this is where you're going to put the country to which the product is being exported. That's all the information we need. We don't need full addresses of the company itself, so don't bother. The next section is the type of certificate. So many of you request a classic certificate of free sale or certificate of export, but there are all sorts of variants of the types of certificates, and sometimes we get people who need to have every single term in the book. So here is the other section where you can type in anything you want, basically. Within reason, we try to issue these exactly as you need them, as countries vary a ton from place to place. In the next section, you're going to list all of the names of the products intended for the certificate. In this one, I just put 2 little cheese guys. You're welcome to attach supplemental documents here if that's easier. Sometimes people have very long lists of products that are getting exported, so if you have an Excel sheet or a PDF document that's easier for you, feel free to attach it here. If you have a specialty statement or instructions, you're welcome to put that here. Sometimes we get requests where there are many requests in a row, and the instructions are for us to not send until the last request has been sent. So this is a perfect spot to put that kind of information for us. One of the last sections is the send certificate to. Most of the time, I think people who are requesting the certificate are also trying to receive the certificate and then send it along to the company that needs it. But if that's not the case, don't click this button. If you do click it, then you're going to have to go through and delete the text in those fields, but fill it out to wherever the certificate needs to go. Shipping method. If you're clicking FedEx or UPS, please include a label if you can. We absolutely need it for UPS. FedEx, we do have accounts and we can pull that information for you. And if you're sending multiple with the same label and there's a label on a previous request, you can always just put that in other with a little note that says send with previous request. Here's the section where you can attach the shipping label, so save it and ship it. This invoice section tells us where we should send the certificate to if you would like it sent directly with the certificate. Sometimes people send the certificates directly to the customers, so they don't want the invoice getting sent in the wrong place. Feel free to have that sent to you. So you would click send invoice elsewhere and then same as requester. Or you can send that in any, if you have multiple labels you need to send us to make sure those parts get in the right places, feel free to send us an additional label there. At the very bottom, you're going to certify that the information contained and submitted with this form is true and correct by clicking on this box and signing. I can clear it for you. Let's see if I can do a better one this time. It's pretty close. And then you're going to print your name. The date will automatically fill and you'll hit submit. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We're here to help, and make sure if you get any warnings at the very end here that you just go back and review what you were supposed to fill and probably missed. Thanks for your time, and we look forward to working with you.